Hey Bremerton, what's incredibly intricate and weighs about 30 tons? Nope, it's not the hive underneath the Warren Avenue Bridge, it's the Olympic College's mosaic, and it's back in its new location. I'm going to tell you that story along with 5 total that you just got to know about happening in Bremerton this week.
Making me feel nervous, like I'm sweating bullets at church service.
Welcome back to this edition of the Bremerton Beat Blast, sponsored by the Admiral Theater. Story number 1 today, the glass and massive concrete of Olympic College's mosaic could well have been headed to the scrapyard. But some in the Olympic College community rallied to save the relic, and thanks to $100,000 from the college, the massive piece of art is now back on campus.
This mosaic was conceived by Hank Blass, our original art instructor. And it was installed and created with the help of students and the community. And so it really is an important piece of Bremerton's community history. Each panel is 11 by 14. It's attached to 11 inches of concrete from the original science and technology building that it was attached to, and the estimated weight is about 33 tons. The Bremerton campus really has undergone a significant transformation this summer with the College Instruction Center, which is nearly complete, the recent remodel of the old CENTCOM building, which is now a world-class electrical engineering lab for our partnership with WSU, and of course the relocation of the Progress of Man, our historic and beloved mosaic.
Story number 2. It's not every day that a high-ranking official from the federal government comes to the shores of Kitsap County. But many of you watched as Secret Service personnel and members of the family of Jeff Sessions journeyed around our county this past weekend. He even took a shot of nuke waste at the Horse and Cow on Saturday. Sessions was here as his son-in-law recently was relieved of command aboard the USS Alabama ballistic missile submarine. Now, Sessions is not the first high-powered, high-ranking official in the federal government to come to our shores. Just this last month, Secretary of Defense James Mattis was here in August. During the Obama administration, several high-ranking officials also came out here, including 2 Secretaries of Transportation, Ray LaHood and Anthony Fox, and former Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta also came here when he talked to sailors aboard the USS John C. Stennis. I would be remiss if I did not also mention our 39th President, Jimmy Carter, who came to see his namesake submarine, the Jimmy Carter, as they conducted a change of command ceremony. Story number 3, and speaking of submarines, a local company is helping to bring equality aboard America's Silent Service. Unique Experience Embroidery and Screen Printing on Callow Avenue was tapped by the Navy to design curtains for the USS Ohio ballistic missile submarine so that the boat can serve both men and women sailors. Here's owner Faye Flemister on why she feels it's a privilege to help America's men and women in uniform.
What they brought us were really intense drawings, and we had to create the patterns for these curtains. It was quite a task, especially for a small business as we are. But it's also very, very exciting is because it's historic because of the women being finally allowed to be on the subs. And so this is going down in history, and any business would want to be part of history, right?
Story number 4. Last week I told you about the 60,000 or so bees that call the underneath of the Warren Avenue Bridge home. And I've got an update. Local beekeeper Kirsten Johnson came out on Wednesday and carefully and gently removed the hive, taking with her the bees where she hopes to rehabilitate them in a new hive where they hopefully will survive the winter.
I actually have never heard of such a thing here, that they just built their own little hive structure, free hanging without any walls, any other protection, no tree, no nothing. It's pretty crazy. And we know they don't have a chance to survive. It's an experiment to rescue them. We'll see if it works. I hope it does. Because then we have some really awesome genome to multiply and have some really crazy bridge bees.
I talked to Kirsten this morning, and she reports that yes, the bees are recuperating. And finally, story number 5. Have you seen the sidewalks going in near Crown Hill Elementary School? They're part of a $545,000 federal grant to make it easier for kids to walk to school in that area of town. And don't forget that Kitsap Lake Elementary School will also be getting a similar treatment as well in a couple of years that will create a 10-foot sidewalk all the way from Kitsap Lake Junction up to the school. Have a great rest of your week, Bremerton. Though we've had some significant rain here in the past few days, it does look like a sunny weekend ahead. We'll see you again next week. The song for this week's Bremerton Beat Blast was Sideways by local band Boo Boo La La. They are made up of Kevin Daly, Madison Daly, Jordan Neal, Byron Thomas, and Taylor Kreider. The next chance you'll have to see Boo Boo La La is October 1st for the Seahawks pregame festivities by the Beast Bus.
Time for education. We're losing all our concentration. We're taking off from a train.